Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now I gotta tell you about the most fabulous, most groovy movie of 2017. This is our follow-up episode to Baby Driver. Just kidding. We're going to see Spiderman, the seventh one.
To be honest, I just saw Baby Driver again, so this is not going to be
follow-up thoughts.
It's a perfect movie.
Dude, it's so good. I keep thinking about, like, I loved it when I came out, but I keep thinking, wow, I just want to rewatch it so bad.
I didn't love it as much as you did, but now I do. So, there you go.
Did it show how much I loved it last time?
Yeah, I understood it now. Do you know the black guy is his stepdad? I didn't pick up on that the first time.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I picked up on that. You see, I think you missed some key plot points that I actually got.
Yeah, probably. I was just too entranced by the match cuts, the three of them.
Oh, dude. Oh, so good. But you say 16 out of 16?
Not yet. But, do you say Scott Pilgrim's a 16 out of 16?
I just rewatched it. Oh my gosh, that movie's incredible. I would say 16 out of 16.
Yeah, definitely. So, maybe. I need to rewatch it again.
If we were doing halves, maybe a 15 and a half, but we're not delving into that.
Yeah. So,
oh, gross.
It's a good.
Anyway, so we're on our way to go see Spider-Man. The Homecoming, the seventh one.
Is it really the seventh one? No,
well,
it's not.
if you count
Civil War?
Yeah, if you count Civil War, it's the seventh one. Because there's the trilogy and then the almost trilogy that failed really badly.
Hey, the Venom one's gonna be the third one we all.
Oh man.
I don't know. It's my prediction is gonna be a fine 3-star movie. You know.
Rotten Tomatoes says otherwise.
Rotten Tomatoes is probably like 1,000,000,000%. Oh.
Yes, you are correct. You are 100% correct.
I'm 100%.
I mean, no spoilers for the critic score. But
I like, you know, it's gonna be certified fresh, at least, because it's a Marvel movie, and then since it's a Marvel movie, that it's up in the 90s, obviously, because Doctor Strange was like that for some reason.
Yep. And Chris Stuckman is gonna give it an A+. I bet money on it.
He did not give Baby Driver an A+ for some reason.
He didn't give Logan an A+ either.
He gave the new Planet of the Apes movie an A+, apparently. I haven't seen any of those, but
apparently they're actually pretty good.
Apparently they're amazing, but I haven't seen any of them, so
I would recommend.
We should watch the trilogy and watch the new one.
I was talking to someone in my film class today. And I said, go see Baby Driver. And they're like, it looks a lot like just another Fast and Furious movie from the trailer.
I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie, but comparing Edgar Wright to whoever directs the Fast and Furious movies is a sin.
I was like, how do I explain to this guy? I was like, have you seen Scott Pilgrim? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, same guy. And he was he maybe raised an eyebrow. He was, I think he's only seen Scott Pilgrim once, probably. He probably has no idea how great of a masterpiece it is.
Wow. That is sad.
Dude, actually I want to talk about that later because we're supposed to be talking about Spider-Man and the hot predictions.
My prediction is the Vulture is probably... I have only seen the original trailer, but it didn't even have any Vulture in it, I think. I don't remember.
Wait, the villain's the Vulture? I didn't even know that.
Well, anyway, he's going to be his professor, and then... here's my prediction for how the movie's going to play out. He's going to start with a swinging action scene, and then he's going to be at school with his fat friend, and then he's going to be like, oh, Mary Jane, she's really hot. I wish I could ask her out to homecoming. And he's like, well, now my professor's the Vulture and he's Michael Keaton, so I have to kill him. Oh, Iron Man's here for some reason. Can I be an Avenger? And then Iron Man's like, well, maybe if you kill the Vulture, who's your teacher? And then they're gonna fight, and then he's gonna be like, oh, the Vulture, I beat him because of friendship or something. And then the Vulture's gonna maybe die, maybe go to prison. He's not going to be gruesome. If he dies, it's going to be pretty PG-13. And then and then it'll be like Spider-Man's gonna be like, well, I guess I'm either at Homecoming or I'm Avenger now, or some happy ending for me because I'm Spider-Man. Come see me. I'm gonna be in the next movie. And then there's gonna be an end credit scene where Iron Man's like, you're an Avenger, or something that alludes to Spider-Man. He's gonna be an Avenger. That's the movie. I just told you the whole movie, knowing nothing about it.
Would it be great if the hot, quick action scene at the beginning started with bell bottoms? Just like a rip-off of Baby Driver.
Anyway, I just am sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of these superhero movies that aren't Logan or Baby Driver. So,
I agree.
I'm not super psyched for this, but this podcast is so famous that
yeah, actually, people down in Pennsylvania are listening to us.
Yeah. What? Over in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Jude, our one Pennsylvania listener.
Shout out to Jude. He's seeing Spider-Man before us. Is there? Never mind. Shout out to Jude. He saw Spider-Man.
Don't drive and podcast at home, kids.
Just the right way, yeah. That's... What else do I have to say? I don't know. It's gonna be shiny, and it's gonna be a Marvel movie. And what's the next Marvel movie? I'll go see Infinity War, but I'm not really looking forward to anything else by Marvel.
Do you think Tom Holland's British accent will come out and he'll be like, "Oi, I'm Tom Holland."
The only good thing for this movie, the best thing that's coming from this movie is the Weekly Planet doing that whole episode. I'm assuming the critic score is 99%. Is that right?
No.
Is it higher or lower?
Lower.
Dang it! It's probably 98 or 97. Or
It's negative 50%.
Anyway, did you see the Everyone go see the Mr. Plinkett Transformers 4 review. It's an hour long. Every minute of it is perfection.
Really?
Have you seen it?
No.
You have to watch it. Otherwise, that joke doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about this amazing movie?
I was gonna say something and I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you think they'll actually do something innovative with this or not?
I don't know. Somebody gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd.
The highest I've seen on Letterboxd is 3.5, but I've only seen I think I saw 2 people's review, or 1 person, so that's only 1 person.
I saw 1 person who rated it 5 full stars, so it better live up to that.
Anyway, my expectation is a 3-star movie, and if it's higher or lower than that, if it's lower than that, I'll be disappointed. But if it's higher than that, sure, fine.
My prediction is A+ from Chris Stuckman, and he's gonna be like, "Wow, this was amazing. I loved it." And then point out all the flaws of Baby Driver in the Spider-Man movie again and be like, now Baby Driver gets an F just because of how great Tom Holland was. Oi, he's Tom Holland, and he's swinging about. All right, I'm done.
My prediction, he's going to give it an A or A-. Not A+.
Oh my gosh. Dude, Civil War's a good movie, but it's not better than Baby Driver.
All right, well, we're going to do a podcast on tomorrow with some guests. Maybe Clayton will join us, who knows, and another guest, who knows. See you then, bye.
All right, see ya. What movie should Kenan watch? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to What Movie Should Kenan Watch. I'm Caleb. With me, as always, is my co-host, Kenan Belial. Kenan, we have some guests today.
Yes, we do. The most guesty guests of all time.
Preston is here with us. He's known on the internet as I Exist and Draw.
Howdy.
Nice. And we also have a
famous actress?
Yeah, we do. She was the star of the Joppa Kids overview video, which is not out yet, and the Z Triangle movie, which is also not out yet. But she's going to be so famous you'll be like, whoa, she was on this podcast? You'll think the podcast made her famous.
Yeah,
so
we made her famous through this podcast.
Yes,
Michaela, do you want to say
guys.
something?
Thank you for making me famous. I'll probably forget you by the time I win an Oscar, but
okay, nice.
I'll try.
Dang.
That's harsh.
All right, well, this is the most people we've ever had on a podcast.
It is indeed.
We haven't had this many people since our first episode. Which
First episode only had 3.
So, not even close. Oh gosh, guys.
So we'll try to have not that much background noise or anything.
We got some news. Okay, so Jeremy Renner broke both of his arms during Avengers Infinity War shooting.
Who's Jeremy Renner?
He's the bow and arrow guy.
Oh, hooray.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is some news that I totally care about. Chris Pratt's Jurassic World 2 spray tan is hilarious. Who cares?
This sounds like great news.
I'm so fascinated.
18 scenes that pushed actors too far. Oh, it's an ad. Click. Oh, and then the first picture is a picture of all the Hobbit people. Oh, what is this? It's all ads. Okay.
My favorite one.
Spider-Man: Homecoming made 15 million IMDb open on Thursday night. We saw it on a Thursday night.
Wow, that's more than I think the Baby Driver has made in just like the U.S.
Wow.
Which is sad.
Everyone
go see Baby Driver.
This
You
was
thought we were talking about Spider-Man, but we're talking about Baby Driver.
Again.
This
It's
is-
worth talking about it for 2 episodes.
This is the third highest grossing Thursday night of this year, after Guardians of the Galaxy with 17 million and Beauty and the Beast with 16.3 million.
Oh, my favorite, Beauty and the Beast.
So 2 movies that aren't as good as this movie made more money. Aren't you sad?
Not yet, but spoilers for how good this movie is.
That's all the amazing news I have.
No. Can you do the Washington Post, the most trusted source for the Spider-Man movies, right?
We'll do that when we try to rank them later.
Okay.
I don't know if the podcast ranking those. I haven't
For
seen
all
them.
of us, we were gonna rewatch the old trilogy and not the Amazing Spider-Mans, because who cares? But we were gonna rewatch the good trilogy with Tobey Maguire, and we just didn't. So we haven't seen a Spider-Man movie for a long time. So we're gonna rank them based on nostalgia. But yeah, we should get into this movie.
Definitely. Preston,
Oh boy.
what was your story on how you got here? Explain it to the
All right.
masses.
So, once upon a time, aka like 3 days ago.
Yesterday. We saw this movie yesterday.
Yeah. Maybe it was 2 days ago. But anyway, Kenan shoots me a text saying, hey, we're going to go see Spider-Man at the AMC theater. And I was like, okay. But, I'm not a very observant person. Let's put it that way. So I totally skipped the part where he said Johnston 16. And I went to another theater that was AMC. But it was like 7 minutes away. So I bought a ticket. Nobody was there that I knew. So I was like, uh-oh, maybe I went to the wrong theater. And I checked the text, and I totally did. So I refunded my ticket. I called my mom because she drove me to the theater. And then she got me to the other theater. And, yeah.
And he walked in right as the Sony logo came up.
Yeah,
I'm
right
just
when I
kidding.
saw
I don't
it.
think that actually happened. But
That happened to us with it wasn't Sony, but it was, I think, Fox. We walked in right as the movie started for X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I have that ticket right here. I've got the two sides. They didn't tear it.
Yeah.
You could go see that movie again.
We saw it in Auditorium 2 in 2D. It cost us. It was a bargain, $7.50
Oh,
with
man.
45
Wow.
cents of tax.
That's the government for you. 45 cents.
That's too much.
Yeah. I didn't miss the Pitch Perfect 3 trailer, so.
Oh, that was couldn't. You want to explain what was happening there?
So, we were... Actually, I'm going to backtrack. Usually when we go for a big movie experience, I like to invite some friends, because inviting friends makes it a funner experience. It's betterfied. And so I invited a lot of people that I knew. Pretty much all the people that I knew. And a lot of them showed up. We filled up an entire row plus 3 more seats. Like, we were full of a row, and then Caleb was like, there's no more seats. We're out of room 12 people showed up besides me. So there were 13 people in all, which means I guess the rows are 10 seats wide. Now you know. Anyway, so this entire row, with this entire row plus 3, we as a collective group had power in this theater because we had this scheme immediately. I think it was Nick's idea. You don't know who Nick is.
I don't even know who Nick is.
I don't either.
He doesn't matter. If he's listening, you matter. But if he's not, he doesn't matter.
Wow.
Sorry, I forgot.
Anyway, we had this scheme. Whenever the Emoji Movie trailer was gonna play, we were gonna give a standing.
idea.
Okay, that was your idea. Emoji Movie trailer, standing ovation. But it never played, which was the biggest disappointment of this movie.
That was.
It was sad. We were hoping for the Emoji Movie trailer, but it never showed up. So, instead, there was the most beautiful trailer for the trilogy that everybody asked for, which was Pitch Perfect 3, the most perfectest one. Because the other two weren't perfect, so they have to make it
pitch-erific one.
Yes. And Caleb in his review said I started clapping. I think Aaron or Nick started clapping first. And then I was just like, yes, let's clap.
Well, you clapped the loudest, Ken. So.
Our entire row started clapping, which means the entire theater started clapping. The entire theater was clapping for Pitch Perfect 3, which was beautiful. But even better... even better-fied was the Jumanji reboot.
Oh my gosh.
With Jack Black. Oh, dude, the reveal to The Rock? Do you remember
was
that?
Hilarious.
That was amazing. Everybody in the theater just lost it, I think. Because that slow shot to just his over-dramatic face. It's just like, oh, who is this? And it's just him going, ooh.
Yeah, it was fun. I was not expecting The Rock at all, so... That was funny.
Oh my gosh, it was just hilarious. And Jack Black was Jack Blacking it up again.
He's a girl, apparently.
Oh, he's a girl.
2017, Jack Black can be whoever it wants to be.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, after the amazing joke it ended on, which is Jack Black being eaten by a hippo.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah.
It's in the trailer. Anyway... I start clapping for that one, and then lo and behold, the rest of the theater begins clapping again.
So at this point, we realized that this was the best theater to see Spider-Man in all of America, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty great. And then, so the only disappointment was no Emoji Movie trailer. Any other disappointments from the trailers, guys?
I don't even remember what was. I'm actually happy that I didn't see a Dunkirk trailer or a Blade Runner trailer because I would have walked out of the theater because I haven't seen them yet, and I'm really excited for those movies.
I'm so glad I hadn't seen a single promotional thing for Spider-Man Homecoming.
I saw the teaser originals, and it doesn't really spoil much, but apparently all the other trailers do. Yeah, because I did not know where this was going at all. Like, my predictions... Oh, I forgot. There was a prediction thing before this.
Oh, yeah, the predictions...
I was totally wrong about everything.
Were.
Every single thing I said was wrong. So...
And you did not think it was a 3-star movie.
No, I didn't. So let's walk through this because I think the beginning is pretty cool. Michaela, what do you think the story was?
Of the movie?
Yeah. Just do you remember how it started?
Okay, here's how you start. You say, "Oh no," in an Australian accent, and then you continue to make up whatever you think the story was.
Oh no! Oh, okay, never mind. I remember how it started. So I just give what happened? Summary?
Here, I'll start.
You start.
Okay,
That's a
so-
good idea.
Originally, the TriStar pop up, the logo.
I don't remember.
I know
don't
Sony popped up and another logo popped up, and then the
Columbia.
movie, what?
Columbia.
And then the movie started playing. I'm like, no Marvel logo. What is this? What is happening? Is this all about this Venom stuff is going on? Is all the weird, stupid behind the scenes stuff? And then the movie starts. It's Michael Keaton at the beginning, or is it something else?
It's his
It
iPhone movie.
No, that's after Michael Keaton.
It
Yeah,
shows...
because it starts with the Michael Keaton, and then you have the other workers.
Yeah,
and
he,
then,
Okay.
he's showing like a drawing that Liz made, I guess.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I
Dude,
remember.
that was Liz. I just no, because it's like this little one. It's of all the different Avengers, and it was
Yeah.
like his daughters, which who ended up being Liz.
Oh,
Spoilers.
foreshadowing.
Whoa.
Spoilers.
Oh,
we didn't.
yeah.
We didn't separate the
Spoilers.
We totally
spoilers.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Clayton. Oh wait, you already saw this.
Like at this point, everybody who's going to be listening already saw the movie with us. So
Yeah.
Most likely.
I liked how it's. At this point in the movie, I was like, I wasn't really excited for this movie, as you can tell from our pre-recording. So at this point, I'm like, oh, it's Avengers, and the Vulture got his stuff from the Avengers stuff. Awesome. Who cares? Which I guess was kind of cool. I liked they worked it in pretty well, I guess. What do you guys think about that?
I think it was good harkening back to the first Avengers, because that was the last thing that everybody really loved, and then everything else was like, oh, it's not as good as Avengers. And then Age of Ultron came out, and then a lot of people were like, I'm done with Marvel. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was good. What did you guys think?
No, I thought they fitted in super well, and then it helped tie back into what was going on now with the different like state departments that they had with Tony Stark running. So it also like helped introduce and solidify that in the beginning.
Nice.
So Avengers takes place in 2012, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then at the end of the Michael Keaton part, before the Marvel logo comes up, it says 8 years later. So does this movie take place in 2020?
Yes.
Why?
Maybe.
Why does it take place in
Well,
2020?
Did the Avengers take place in 2012, or was that just when the movie came out? What if it took place in like 2009?
But that's what I'm wondering. Like, when did the Avengers take place?
2009.
I'm gonna look this up. Because either Spider-Man, because usually the Marvel movies take place like right now, just in a different universe. When
What?
was Avengers?
I'm looking
When
it up
am
on
I-
Letterboxd.
when was it?
2012.
Yeah, but when was Avengers set?
When an unexpected enemy emerges and threatens global safety and security, Nick Fury, director of the international peacekeeping agency known as S.H.I.E.L.D., finds it. Oh!
What?
David Valknat 1 star for Avengers.
Oh man.
Wikipedia, don't fail me now. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much.
I don't think David Valknat likes the Avengers or any Marvel stuff. So 8 years later, what?
Well, I guess if you're a nerd about Avengers, tell us when this movie was set. I'll just type in when Spider-Man Homecoming was set. And then after that, it's the Marvel logo. So
Because
that
if
was
it's
good.
if that it's this movie takes place 2 months after Captain America: Civil War. So when did Captain America: Civil War happen?
I don't know.
These are the deep
All
questions.
right, how does Spider-Man Homecoming fit into the timeline? Let's see if this.
This is
website-
the hot, quick news you've been waiting for.
It doesn't say dates. It just says when the movies took place.
Hooray!
That's obvious.
Well, we'll think about it. Maybe time is longer in whatever parallel universe they're in. So 5 years is 8 years.
Maybe.
They could like theoretically be in like year 3000, but it just looks like our year 2000.
That is true.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
We're on
Clayton.
sync today, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I
What-
just said
what do you want,
Clayton, you're
Mom?
Preston.
I just want to tell you your lunch is ready.
We're busy. But thank you.
That was the cameo by Caleb's mom.
Shout out to Caleb's mom.
Shout out to Caleb's mom. I love copying Preston's words. Like on the
Let's
quotes
see
for
if me and Preston
Dinosaur
can do it.
Island.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, if you don't know Preston from Letterboxd, you may know him from whatever the crap this is, the best
The
commentary
podcast that's
show.
not out yet.
Yeah, has that-
exactly.
I still need to draw the cover of it.
Yeah.
I made one, but it's really crappy, so I'm redrawing it.
We'll use the crappy one. No.
Alright, so after the Spider-Man, I love how they just had a homemade Spider-Man video.
That
to
was
literally
great.
Yeah.
tell you
That
what
was
I was
happening.
wondering
Yeah.
how you were going to react to this. See, you were far enough away from me in the theater that I couldn't properly communicate with you or see how you were doing. But I just remember there were 2 points in the movie where we just gave each other thumbs up. Where it was... Actually, yeah, finish your thing and then we'll talk about that.
What? I did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did.
This is really... You can tell we've planned this out.
This is professional.
Yes. Professional quality mics, professional quality people. That is the slogan for what movie should Ken and watch. Preston's losing it right now.
Yep.
Anyway, there is one amazing match cut in this. Well, it's kind of a match cut. It's a match cut transition-y thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he like it was kind of a montage of him at school.
Yeah,
And-
but like he turns to look behind him and it cuts to like the clock or something, and then he turns back and he's in a different class with like the
almost as good as 13 Reasons Why, but not quite.
what?
After seeing 13 Reasons Why, a crap thing can have really good transitions. So if you're not Edgar Wright, your transitions are crap. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
So everyone go see Baby Driver right now.
Oh gosh.
I was saying Clayton's review of this, the first sentence pretty much sums up what this movie is really well. Where is his review? Where is his? It's all Yee.
Yeah, everybody's been reviewing Yee on Letterboxd.
It's gonna. I want it to be the highest rated thing on Letterboxd. I think it has that potential, and then it will be deleted because it's not a movie.
Aw.
Okay, Clayton says, take Napoleon Dynamite, throw it in the washing machine with Edgar Wright, then bleach it with Marvel. It's the perfect description of what this is.
I agree.
Because there's that one shot of him when he tries to shoot his webs really far, and then he can't hang on to anything, so he just ends up running through the field. It has that extreme wide shot of him just running. He's like, this sucks!
What else happened in this movie? What do you guys think of the action stuff?
You didn't like it, so that means I agree with you, so I didn't like it.
Wow.
There
I didn't
were-
ask what I thought. I asked what you guys thought.
There were a couple of parts where the camera was really shaky and I had no idea what was going on. But mostly on the scene where Spider-Man and Birdman are fighting on the plane.
It's so funny. Like this whole meta Michael Keaton universe. It started with Batman, then Birdman, and now the Vulture Man. and Spider-Man.
Wow.
It's like a trilogy universe
It's
now.
full circle.
Wow.
This movie is a metaphor for
Wait, Michael Keaton, he played Batman, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Birdman, the movie, which won Best Picture, is a spoof of Batman. And then and then now it's like
A spoof of
and
Birdman.
now Disney is in it. It's a conspiracy that goes back. Now Disney is in this conspiracy. Someone make this theory, the Birdman theory.
Oh, film theory. Oh boy, I remember that channel.
Oh jeez.
Anyway, what was I saying?
I forgot about that completely.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't thought about film theory in like forever. My whole life.
Anyway, what was I saying? So maybe it's a very subtle falling of a character, like in Breaking Bad, but throughout 3 movies. So at first he's a good guy because he's Batman, but then in Birdman he's struggling with who he is as a character, and then in Spider-Man he becomes a terrible person.
Awesome. We did it.
Right.
Shit.
Definitive breaking. Thank you for listening to What Movie Should
I
Ken and
think
Watch.
it works. I think because he's not married. It doesn't. I don't think it ever shows his wife in the Birdman movie. So I think this, and then timeline wise, it works. I
Oh,
think
man.
this is a universe.
This is a DC. This is the only DC Marvel crossover we've had so far.
DC, Marvel, and Oscar crossover.
Wow.
The Academy is in this too.
What if? Okay, who plays the new Batman again?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. So, I'm gonna stare at you the rest of the time. So, what if Michael Keaton trained Ben Affleck to be the new Batman? and so Ben Affleck is still the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batmans are now canon, and the Christopher Nolan ones are not.
Dang.
Well, then I feel bad because Batman v Superman was really bad. So
Thank you for having a good taste in movies.
The crappy movies are the one that are canon.
That is
Disney.
kind of sad.
No wait, they don't own DC.
Nah.
Disney just owns all the good stuff. Wink, wink.
Also,
Think our stuff is good.
Also, Disney didn't distribute this movie. This was Sony.
It was Sony.
It was so unique.
Sony unique.
What else did I like in this? I didn't like the action scenes. I would say the boat scene was unrealistic, but I can't say that because that's not an argument in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Because the whole premise is unrealistic.
Also-
but every time that ship like split in half, because it split in half like twice.
it totally would have sunk.
It totally was something like that. Why is this? They're trying to do that thing in Spider-Man 2 where he saves the.
Dude, it's like a complete parallel
Train.
to Spider-Man 2 when he stops the train because he has his arms spread out.
Yeah, they were. Well, that's probably like a thing. It's a thing from the comic books that they were copying, but probably. Anyway, I just didn't really. I just was watching the action. The rest of the movie, I was super invested in, and then the action scenes hit, and I was just watching it. Didn't really care about anything that was happening.
I mean, I can't really argue with that. I can't say the action was amazing because
It wasn't terrible, but
it was more of
I
something
just saw
that
the raid, which is like the best hand-to-hand combat ever put to film. So
I think
you can't one up that.
the action scenes were more points of tension than actual like masterpieces of film. You know, because like they happened and then they talk about it, and it's because of the actions that took place in the action sequences, character developments happened. So there you go.
Yes. And then there were I didn't like the action scenes, and then there was like when he asks Liz out to prom. That scene, I like the scene, but it felt so contrived.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's Homecoming.
I
It's
meant
literally
Homecoming.
called
This
Spider-Man
literally-
I was just gonna say, like, this
Sorry.
movie is Spider-Man Prom. Spider-Man Prom.
I'm
Go
sorry.
see it.
They've been marketing it wrong this whole time. They meant prom. It's about prom.
Homecoming
Yeah.
sounds better anyway.
Yeah.
And then
It's a catchier title.
I think there was one other scene I didn't care for, but the rest I loved. So
Dude, there was one of the greatest reveals of all time, besides The Rock in Jumanji. And that scene in 28 Days Later when it's just going up the wall and it says nigh, extremely nigh. No, wait, it says nigh, bleeping nigh, extremely bleeping nigh. The end is extremely bleeping nigh. Repent because the end is extremely bleeping nigh.
that was great. Yeah, so Spider-Man himself goes to pick up his date for Homecoming, and then Michael Keaton opens the door. What did you guys think right when Michael Keaton opened the door?
I was like, oh, plot twist. I was thinking, the first thing I thought was, that's why they didn't show his family.
The first thing I thought was not that he was the dad. Like, did he figure out who Spider-Man was somehow, and then kidnap the girl he likes or something? That was the first thing I thought, because I didn't think they would actually do something good. I thought this was gonna be just like all the other ones where it's like a professor and he's like, I found out who you love, now I'm gonna take her. Like, literally, that's Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man 1, and that's Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's Amazing
true.
Spider. Amazing Spider-Man was so good. That was my favorite movie.
Property of
The
Peter
second
Parker.
one, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better
So
than all of
good.
these.
It's the
Dude.
best Marvel movie of all time.
Dude, we need to
Cinematic
talk about that.
masterpiece.
We need to talk about that Washington Post list at some point soon because it's getting on my nerves just thinking about how they ranked those.
Anyway, do you have anything else to say about that amazing reveal? Anyone?
Just that. Oh, go ahead. I already talked about it.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like, the entire audience, which obviously we were super reactive, and then it just kind of spread through the entire audience. And you just heard people going, plot twist, or just like laughing, or just being like, what?
Speaking of audience reactions, I love the part in the movie right when Sony came on when somebody just yelled Spider-Man.
I didn't hear that.
Somebody, it was just like really faint, like in the corner. Someone was like, Spider-Man! Or something. They just like yelled it. And I was like, wow, okay.
We
love you,
Spider-Man.
Somebody's excited for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yep.
Also, the villain was great. Unlike
Most
Ultron.
Marvel movies.
Yeah. What else happens? I liked all the high school stuff. That was great.
Yeah. I expected it to be really cringy, but it was actually pretty good.
The high school stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're all homeschoolers probably.
Yeah.
So we
I'm
haven't
not.
been
Except for
to a high school.
Michaela.
Oh, you're the
Been
only
to a
one.
high school. You've never been to a high
You've never
school?
been to
I've never been to a high school, guys.
Typical
I,
homeschooler.
sheltered.
I went to Central Campus for a year, so
He goes to a college now, so
yeah. So I'm above high school.
You're going places.
I know, right?
No, I
With
think
this
one of
podcast.
this podcast we make so much money on.
Oh, you're right. I think one of the best times though was when Peter Parker went out to go fight them during homecoming, and then Ned was in the computer lab. She's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Watching porn."
No, the reveal was better. Also, have you guys seen that comment of like when something weird's on YouTube and then somebody just comments like switch to porn because it was easier to explain?
Yeah.
That was-
Hilarious and original.
Hilarious and original. That was basically that line in this
Yeah.
movie, but like it was so slow how he said it because he's like he just realized, okay, I guess whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
easier to explain.
I think the build-up and the stalling that he did was what made the joke funny.
Yeah, definitely the delivery.
Yeah.
I love when they go to the party and then he's like, "Oh, Spider-Man's not a party trick," but Ned thinks he's coming, and then he goes to go fight some real people. What do you think would have happened if Spider-Man just showed up at that party?
The movie would not have. I don't know. There wouldn't have been so much room for Peter to feel good at the end because he's like, "Oh, I know Spider-Man," and then the bully's like, I bullied him, but now I can't bully him because he knows Spider-Man, and I feel bad for bullying him. I guess the movie's over now."
The reveal in the elevator wouldn't have been as good either.
No, it wouldn't have.
With the girl and him. That whole scene on the Washington Monument was great.
It was.
Yeah.
I agree.
The tension was real.
Yeah, I love just the character of this Spider-Man. It so shows that he's just like this kid who wants to be the superheroes that he sees around, and he's like,
Guess
I want what?
Or you can finish.
Well, fine.
Guess how old he is now that you're not finishing.
He's like probably 22, right?
Yeah, he's like 21, and then
He looks 15.
Yeah.
See, I thought he looked older, and they're like, "He's 15." I was like, "Okay, you look at least like you're a senior."
It's leafy.
Wait, he actually is like 20?
Yeah,
he's 21.
at least.
Okay, I thought
Everyone in high school, like the girl was like 27.
Oh yeah, no, they never cast high schoolers in movies as high schoolers.
Oh, and in Martin Scorsese movies, which I've seen like 5 of them. Anyway, 2 of them, there's a 15-year-old girl and she looks like she's 30. So, what are you doing, Martin Scorsese? Get it right.
Wow.
They literally say this is a 15-year-old girl, and it's like,
How old
that's
was
definitely
Ned,
30.
do you think?
I think I looked it up. He's like 22, I think.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
liked
that.
Ned.
Yeah.
You were like,
He was good.
in your prediction, you were like, he's gonna hang out with his friend and he's gonna be boring or whatever. Ned was endearing.
Yeah, he was great.
He was one of the best characters in my opinion.
The Lego Death Star.
And he's
Dude,
like in one other movie. This guy's going places.
You're right.
the Lego Death Star. Do you remember seeing that? Like getting Lego catalogs and you're like, I want the Lego Death
Yeah,
Star.
it's like $400.
It's $400 for that Lego set, and
Oh
I
my
wanted it
gosh.
so
That
bad.
was probably
And then he
more.
just drops it on the ground when he figures out that Peter is
Oh,
Spider-Man.
that reveal is
Yeah.
great. All the reveals are great. So when Ant-Man at the end, and then
That's right.
and
I
then
forgot
Michael
about that.
Keaton, and then when the guy finds out that he's Spider-Man, and it's just that shot of him on the ceiling, which all the CGI in this movie looked pretty great, save for maybe a few action scenes.
Yeah.
There was
Shots.
CG in this movie?
I'm pretty sure
No, okay.
everything with Spider-Man was CG, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It,
Probably.
it would have had to be.
I think it was motion captured, and then a lot of it was CG.
Like, I don't think there's there's a little bit in the originals, but a lot of that suit was real. But I think everything with the suit in this was pretty CG.
I think after he like hit it so that it like fit to his body, then on it was CG.
Yeah.
Like when he actually put it on, then it was real.
I love the part when he goes in and it's just the ceiling and then it comes down and then Ned's right there.
That was actually, now that I think about it, really good camera work.
Yeah.
And he just drops the Death Star. How do you do this and the Stark internship?
This is the Stark internship.
Oh.
What was the other thing I was going to mention? I already forgot. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think of Karen?
Yes!
Karen was
Best
great.
Marvel
Now's your
sidekick
chance.
ever.
I really liked Karen. That was great.
The scene where like Parker is just talking to Karen about like his real feelings and emotions.
That was amazing.
That was one
And
of
then
the
he's
best
like,
scenes.
it feels like he's become more mature or whatever. He's like, hey, Karen, how long have we been here? She's like, 38 minutes. What?
I
It
gotta
was
get out of here.
37 minutes. Get it right.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, Karen. 1 minute off.
You fake fan.
Which
Oh.
that reminds me of another thing. He starts out with the suit, which is a great suit. It does a lot of stuff. Then he figures out to turn off the training wheels protocol. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then he is OP Spider-Man, like Avengers Infinity War Spider-Man, I assume. And then he is nothing. It totally gets that suit taken away, and he's just like Spider-Man. And that's how he defeats the villain. I really like that progression. Most movies start where he has nothing, and then at the end he has a lot of stuff. This is the exact opposite of that.
Okay, see, that's what happened in Iron Man. In some sort of way, because at spoilers for Iron Man, he
If
gets.
you haven't seen, what have you been doing? It's coming out like
I haven't.
so many years ago.
Oh yeah,
Are
okay,
you
so
serious?
Yeah, I
spoilers.
haven't seen any of the
spoilers for
Man
Iron Man.
movies.
Cover your ears. No.
I actually will.
Okay.
Lame.
He builds an arc. His
I
first
don't
arc
even remember this
reactor.
movie at all.
The first arc reactor is not that powerful, but he builds it in a cave. And so he gets out, and the first suit is like broken, but the arc reactor saves him, and he gets out. He builds a new one that's way more powerful, but then that gets stolen by the villain in that movie. So then, in order to defeat the villain who now has his better arc reactor, he has to go back and find his old one that has like minimal power. It drains the power like immediately, so like he's on low power like the entire fight, and like he almost dies at the end because the arc reactor like almost runs out of power. So basically,
Nice.
he has the Iron Man suit, but he's still in that point of where he's in a low place. Okay, you can unplug your ears.
But
Cool.
That even works better though, since like Tony Stark is like the mentor to Peter Parker in the movie, and then it's mirroring what he had happen in his own film and his
Okay.
own life.
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to. Oh, I guess you might have already seen it. My review for Spider-Man: Homecoming on Letterboxd is: this is a better sequel to Iron Man than any of the other Iron Mans.
You're right.
It's so true, though.
What? Iron Man 3 is the best movie ever. Second only to Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Shane Black is my favorite one.
Anyway, I don't remember enough about either of those movies to complain about them on this podcast. What was I gonna say?
I
Something
saw them
about.
both in theaters with my dad, and we
Oh.
both didn't like them.
I think I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the theater with my classical conversations class, and we were just talking throughout the entire movie.
We're the only people in the theater.
No, we were in the very back, so we were probably annoying some people, but
Nice.
the movie was probably annoying them just as much.
Just watching those Amazing Spider-Man movies and then watching this one, this movie shows how great those original Spider-Man movies could have been. I mean, not the Amazing Spider-Man movies could have been. It's kind of
Yeah.
sad. Sony doesn't know what they're doing. This Venom movie's gonna be garbage. Calling it now.
You called this one was going to be mediocre, so I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't. I said that's what I was expecting.
You said 3-star movie.
That's what I'm expecting.
Oh, okay.
I'm 110%. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. This Venom movie probably is gonna suck though. Come on, let's be
Back to the
honest.
movie we're talking about. I want to talk about more about the suit. You were totally right with that, but I love the part where he gets the suit taken away, and Tony's like, he actually shows up, and he's like, I just wanted to be like you, and Tony's like, I wanted you to be better. And it's hearkening back to the moments of failure for Tony Stark. And he's like, this guy needs to not be another me. So it's totally a great story arc for not only Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, but for Tony Stark as well. And I think my favorite scene in the entire movie is when he's under the rubble and there's just like nothing to save him.
Oh yeah,
because the other two big encounters that he had, he failed miserably, and Iron Man came and saved him because he had a tracker in his suit. And the second time, he didn't have a tracker, but he still got saved by Iron Man. And then third time, he just goes in and fails, and he's dying, and he doesn't say like, "Oh no, I'm dying," but he totally does in the way he acts. Like, the acting in that one scene is incredible because he totally sounds like this helpless kid. I think I had my mouth open during those 20 seconds when he was like, "Oh my gosh." Anyway, what did you guys think of that scene?
It was great.
Yeah, basically what you said.
Do you guys have anything to add? What was your guys' favorite scenes?
I think that one might have been it because they had tension and then like the lack of like it's not like, oh, intense, like he's gonna make it music, but like the lack of that just made it even more powerful. So it was just relying on what he was doing and like muttering to himself and his acting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forget that people can't hear me nod. But
Nod.
But I'm nodding.
nod. Anyway, have any of you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Yes.
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
I've seen the first 5 episodes.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, it was just like 2 weeks ago. Okay,
Oh,
we watched them
okay.
all in one night. I'm watching. My parents want to watch it again, so like you're watching this with us.
Pretty much the only music that's in it is the intro sequence. It's because the performances are so amazing they don't need music to uphold them.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's in the show is just like, get out of the way. I think maybe... Oh, no, never mind. That's a spoiler. I'm not going to mention it. But you've probably seen it, but if he's... Anyway. Yeah, so that moment made me think of those things that I've seen that have no music just because the performances are so good. Like, No Country for Old Men has the best soundtrack, unarguably.
Unarguably.
But this one's pretty close, too.
Wait, which one?
Spider-Man Homecoming, that scene, that was the best soundtrack when he was...
Yeah, this music is just nothing. It's just absolutely... You couldn't hum... You could hum maybe the original theme because that's just a
Spider-Man,
remix.
Spider-Man.
Because you already know that. But hum any other tune from this.
Have
It's just generic. There's a YouTube video on why Marvel music sucks. And
you guys seen the Marvel Symphonic Universe?
No.
No.
Okay, it's a video on YouTube. We need to watch it right after this podcast is done.
Anyway, it works for the movie, I guess, but it's just nothing.
Okay, is there anything else you guys want to mention? Because we might have to wrap this up soon, and we have more stuff to talk about.
Yes, I think this is the best MCU movie.
I can't argue with that. I would say it's one of the best.
Kenan, you're gonna go bald if you keep playing with your hair.
Fine.
He's just been twirling his hair every time I look over at him.
I'll just be on my phone, I guess.
Use my fidget spinner.
Yeah, I bought one for that
It makes
purpose.
so much noise though.
Mine is way less loud than yours, though.
So this is my argument for why it's the best MCU movie. You want to hear it?
Yes.
I wrote down. There's no origin story.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Everyone said Doctor Strange is gonna be the first one, and then apparently they changed their mind or something because that was a boring origin story.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a good choice not to have the origin story because they fit more into the movie, and we've seen it like 2 or 3 times already.
Exactly.
Yeah. The characters are real. Tom Holland is amazing.
Tom Holland was great.
He was really good.
There's a great villain by Birdman. It's actually has some funny jokes in it.
This was a really funny movie. What'd you get?
It was.
I agree.
It was maybe just as funny, maybe funnier than Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not sure.
My only like main or one thing I didn't like character wise, Aunt May, Because I'm
Hot
like,
Aunt May.
she has no character besides like, oh, she's pretty, and that's the entire character.
I actually thought her actress did her pretty well.
Like, the actress did well, but like, I'm like, okay, so...
That's the joke, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, she should have some sort of character. Like, she's raising Peter right now, like, by herself.
Well, at
And
this point,
she
we've
literally
seen
is
that
nothing.
twice in the last 10 years.
That's
or
true.
12 years. So we don't really...
This
I think
movie,
at this point,
this
they're just
movie
like, we
cut
don't
out
care.
stuff we already knew and have already seen. That's a bold and good choice.
Yes. It's low stakes. That's another
Yes.
reason.
Okay, there's another video I need to show you guys by Pineapple Boy Films.
Solid name.
I know, exactly. Anyway, he has this vlog where in the middle he's talking about, let's talk about stakes. And he compared Mad Max Fury Road to Avengers Age of Ultron, which I think one is a masterpiece, even though I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
You gotta see it, Ken.
I know, it's on What Movie Should Canon Watch, the list.
Well,
The list.
well, the thing is, there's nothing to talk about because I can spoil the whole movie. It's a car chase. That is the whole movie. I just spoiled the whole movie.
The Raid, it's a raid.
Like the raid, it's fighting in hallways. That is the whole movie. The Mad Max Fury Road, it's a car chase. So we're just gonna be like, yeah, it's good. It's a car chase. There's nothing else to talk. Like the raid, all it is fighting, and that's the only good thing about it because that's all it is, and it's amazing. So there's nothing really you can talk about. So I don't think we'll do it on the podcast, but I don't know.
Anyway, he was saying Mad Max Fury Road has low stakes because it's like a few people he has to save, but in Age of Ultron it's like, oh, we gotta save the whole world from aliens and evil robots. That's not something we as an audience can relate to, is his argument, and I would agree. So the bigger the stakes are, the harder it is for the audience to get involved.
Is this the lowest stakes in a Marvel movie?
Probably.
Iron Man 1.
What was the stakes in Iron Man 1?
The city, not the entire city, but he was fighting a guy he knew that had a big bad Iron Man.
Was
suit.
Ant-Man trying to save the world?
Ant-Man was trying to save, like...
I know he tried to save his daughter near the end, but
I don't remember Ant-Man.
yeah.
It's because Edgar Wright didn't direct it.
Was he supposed to? or
He
something?
directed, like, all the pre-production stuff, and then
Oh.
he quit because Marvel's stupid.
Aw, that stinks.
Didn't somebody say that the Ant-Man script by Edgar Wright was one of Marvel's best scripts? Actually, Marvel's best script. Somebody said that.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't doubt it.
It was just a fairly mediocre movie.
But the Thomas the Tank Engine and the fighting inside the briefcase, that
Okay.
was definitely from Edgar Wright.
That was good. I
Because
like
those are the
that.
only two things I remember. All right, my last argument for why this is the best MCU movie, it's a Spider-Man movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So you can't argue with that. I win. Best MCU movie by far. I'm just kidding. Do you guys disagree with that?
I disagree just because Iron Man is slightly better. I don't know. I might have to rewatch it. The more I
just
think
don't
about
remember Iron Man whatsoever.
the more I think about this movie, the better it gets. So maybe it is the best MCU movie. But Iron Man 1 is pretty solid. It has an origin story, but it has one of the best character arcs in an MCU movie. Because, like, I loved the character arc in the first Iron Man, but then, spoilers for Iron Man 2 and 3, they throw it out the window, and he's a terrible person again.
The second story window.
He's like, he becomes a good person at the end of Iron Man 1, and then Iron Man 2 and 3. Oh, I'm an alcoholic jerk again. I'm Iron Man, people. Ugh.
He's been Iron Man until this movie. Like, he's been exactly what you described him as until this movie.
Exactly, but he wasn't that at the end of Iron Man 1, and that's what I liked. And that's why I thought this was a better sequel to Iron Man 1 than any of the other Iron Man sequels, because it had a great character arc. Even I think Iron Man was in it for like less than 20 minutes, and he already had a great character arc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just harkened back to old Tony Stark. They even mentioned that. He's like, I've been holding this ring since 2008.
That's right! That's right! Pepper is in this movie. I thought she was done because she hasn't been in a movie since, like, for like a long time.
5 ever.
What was the last movie she was in? Iron Man 3?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
She wasn't in
She
Avengers
wasn't in
2.
Captain America Civil War, I know.
They just said Pepper's off doing something else.
Yeah.
So, Iron Man 3 came out in 2013?
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
I am Spider-Man 3.
So let's say it came out in 2013. So she hasn't been on.
Tom Holland.
Where has she been for 4 years? Because I thought her contract went out. And
we
she
should
could come
we
back.
should do a Oh, it's directed by Shane Black. We should they should do a Pepper Potts movie to explain
Please,
that
no.
gap that everybody's been worrying about. It came out 2013.
That was right. Yeah, I was surprised to see her back. Also, I liked the what's the guy who drove the car? The director.
Happy?
Yeah, John Favreau. He was great.
It had a lot of stuff harkening back to like Phase 1 Avengers, and I think that helped set the tone.
Yep.
Anyway, anything else we should talk about with this movie before we get into the amazing list by the Washington Post?
What's the critic score?
93%. I checked yesterday.
For Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man
Oh,
Homecoming.
it's 94.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
That's a solid score,
It went
I'd
up.
say.
Yeah, definitely is. But of course it means nothing, so. Critic scores mean nothing because...
Oh, sorry
Okay.
to interrupt.
Oh yeah, it's just critic scores mean nothing because there's great... What, you explained this? We were talking about it a couple episodes, like...
Just
good
listen
movie-
to that episode.
Yeah,
The
good
end.
movies have bad scores and bad movies have good scores sometimes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just forget about it.
I guess it's all a matter of opinion and perspective.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So you should believe all the other people reviewing it, right?
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, what were you saying?
I thought this guy was the guy from La La Land.
Hey, Donald Glover.
Isn't he?
I don't know.
Doesn't say that.
City of Stars. We're
I-
getting pulled for copyright.
I thought he was the black guy in La La Land, but I guess he's not. I was wrong.
Dude, literally everyone is reviewing Yee.
It's the movie of the year. The year.
He's the guy from Martian.
It's the most wonderful time of the Yee.
Oh my gosh. All right. Washington Post. This is their definitive ranking of the Spider-Man movies.
Do you guys remember which movies are the Spider-Man movies? How many there are?
There would be
There's
six.
6 now, yes.
Yes, unless you count Captain America Civil War, but
That's a
not-
Captain America movie.
I know, but it has Spider-Man in it, so...
All right. So number 1 is Spider-Man 2. Solid. Number 2 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Solid.
Number 3 is Spider-Man. Number 4, guess what it is?
Amazing,
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh my gosh!
Number 4!
What?
Guess what number 5 is?
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
What?
And number 6 is Amazing Spider-Man 3.
You mean Spider-Man 3?
I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I must have missed a movie.
So that is a horrible list after 4.
Yeah, because
After
Spider-Man
3.
3 is better than both of the Amazing Spider-Mans, I'd say.
Probably.
Even though it's probably not that good with the amazing Peter Parker dance scene that everybody does. It's like...
I saw that scene. I totally forgot it was in that movie. Also, isn't the Sandman in that movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Sandman,
I just remembered that.
Harry's Green Goblin, Venom.
Whatever that
and-
guy's actor's name is, he's good.
Who is?
The
Yeah.
guy from 127 Hours.
Oh, that's him.
Oh, wait, he plays Sandman?
No,
No.
he plays Green
Har-
Goblin.
Oh, James Franco.
Yeah. that
He's
guy,
good. I like him. He shows up at the end of Wicker Man.
for some reason.
Yeah, that was a great scene. That whole movie was great. I love Nicolas Cage's performance when he yelled, "Not the bees!"
They took that out.
I
in the
know,
cut we
they took
saw.
that out when we saw it. We're like, what? Why is this not in the movie? No. So sad.
So, there you go. Now we have to have a definitive ranking
Okay, we have to come up with our own ranking.
Okay.
as a collective group for the podcast.
Yes. So do you guys remember Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
I don't remember any of the Tobey Maguire ones.
How dare you?
I'm
I think
sorry.
Spider-Man 2 is the best one, probably.
Probably, even
I'd
though I
agree.
don't remember it that
All right,
much. I
so-
remember it was good.
Because people say that's one of the greatest movies ever made. So we're going to put Spider-Man 2 at number 1.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
What should we... Spider-Man Homecoming at number 2, probably?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's pretty great.
And then Spider-Man 1
Yep.
at number 3.
Three.
Yeah.
Like the first half of that list we agree on.
Yeah, but then the
I
rest
read
is like,
this
what
crap.
is this?
Spider-Man 3 after that.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3, and then Amazing Spider-Man, then Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Man.
Can we just like
Wait,
kick the
oh,
last
yeah.
two off the list? Just be like,
Those aren't even
pretend.
Spider-Man movies. Those are
Amazing
and
Spider-Man movies.
those are Andrew Garfield movies where he dresses up as Spider-Man.
Yee!
I love Andrew Garfield, but those were bad.
There was a Coldplay song in the first one, so I liked it.
Mm.
Well,
On that note,
Good for you, Kenan.
we talked about this movie. I definitely recommend it. Oh, we gotta rank the 2017 movies, or just say what.
Have
our
you seen my
ranking is.
2017 ranked?
I disagree with your list, Ken.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you've seen Get Out, so
No, besides Get Out. So you put Baby Driver, Spider-Man, and then Logan?
yeah.
Logan's better than Spider-Man.
All right, fine. I was
No,
wondering.
I-
I was
I-
wondering about those two, but I was actually wondering if I liked this movie. But then in the end, you are probably right that Logan is better.
Based on quality, Logan is better. Based on funness, you're not gonna have a fun time watching Logan.
No,
You're right.
like it was a great movie, and I'm not trying to undermine Logan, but because it's fresh on my mind, Spider-Man was great. I thought it was good when I got out, and I'm like, that was really good. I wonder what I should rate it. But then the more I think about it, the more I see other people's reviews, I'm like, I had a great time with this.
Baby Driver's still the best movie of 2017, though.
Yeah.
still haven't
Lego
seen
Batman's number 4.
Yay.
Wonder
Oh, wait,
Woman's number 5.
how many movies have you seen from 2017?
8.
Hey, we've seen the same amount of movies, but 2 of mine are Netflix movies. So you've been to the theater more than I have this year, kidden.
I haven't seen I didn't see Beauty and the Beast in theaters.
Oh, I guess it all evens out.
Did I see all of these in wow, I've seen a lot of theater movies this year. Beauty and the Beast is the worst one this year so far.
Mm.
Thanks, remakes.
Did you guys see Get Out,
No.
or did you see Logan? Michaela?
No.
I saw Logan. I haven't seen Get Out.
Would you say Logan is better than Spider-Man: Homecoming?
It depends what you're looking for because the tones are completely different in them. Like I agree
Yeah.
quality wise, but since they have such completely like different and Spider-Man's a more fun movie, it kind of depends what you're wanting
Yeah.
to watch.
Logan's
Yeah.
like a sad R movie where people die.
But
Yeah.
it's so good. So
It is. It's
you
really
actually are
good.
probably right that Spider-Man's not as good. But just because I saw it recently. Oh, speaking of which, before we get off of this movie, one more time. What did you think of the color grading?
Clayton, I didn't really notice it. Clayton mentioned he liked the red and green.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either, but
Which-
I just remember apparently Marvel movies are really good at gray tones and then nothing else.
This did not feel gray.
No, it felt very colorful. If a good movie, not always a good movie, but a lot of times the movies I kind of like are the ones that make me feel warm and fuzzy. This movie made me feel warm and fuzzy because of the way the frame looked.
Great.
I'm glad I
I
could add
disagree
that.
with your warm and fuzzy argument, but
Because
whatever floats your boat.
what's Midnight in Paris makes me feel warm and fuzzy, but that movie's not very good.
Well, at
So
least
it
you
doesn't
agree on
it
one
doesn't
thing.
determine what the movie, like the quality of the movie is. It just adds to my enjoyment. Like Baby Driver made me feel warm and fuzzy.
And that's why Moonrise Kingdom is your second favorite movie.
Yes, exactly. Should we go into what movie has Kenan watched?
Yeah. Anything else, guys, that you can think of to say?
Watch the movie.
Oh wait, we can do flip the premise.
Oh yeah.
We've only do this for like 5 episodes. We forget. All right. So what flip the premise is you make the good guys bad and the bad guys good, and you make the story work somehow.
Oh man.
So, how can we make Spider-Man the villain?
So Spider-Man is this guy who he coerced this big rich guy to give him a suit. And he didn't work for anything. Meanwhile, this guy who he has worked all his life for this one deal, and then Iron Man comes in and takes it away.
And this man is forced into a life of crime. He doesn't want to do it, but he wants to save his family from starvation and treat his family well. So what he has to do is, because of Iron Man, he's forced to work a life of crime and underground. And then he realizes that this teen boy has been getting free stuff from Iron Man.
Oh.
Iron Man's a horrible person.
Iron Man is a terrible person, both
That's
as a
where-
good guy and a bad guy.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so Michael Keaton, the Vulture, works his hardest with whatever he has in front of him to be able to not only feed his family, but ward off the people who don't think he deserves his happiness.
That's deep.
Whoa.
Great, you did it. What
The,
movie
uh,
has Kid watched?
The guy who does it when he does Star Wars is way better.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
He flips the premise for Star Wars, and he's like, this guy's kids betray him, or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's really good. Anyway, go watch whoever that guy is.
I forget his username.
Up to
Landis.
my knees is his username.
Yeah. So we did a Meeks cutoff episode, but it's not out yet.
No,
it's
because
probably
this
gonna
one.
come out after this one.
Yes, sorry, Clayton.
So since then, so basically this segment we talk about the movies we've watched.
Also, Meeks cutoff.
Or
we
TV
mentioned
shows,
we mentioned
or
all the movies
whatever.
that Clayton watched the same day. So like, the movies are gonna be 2 weeks old that he's watched. Anyway.
So that
Sorry.
that was June 28th when we did the last episode. So since then, me and Ken watched A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Which is fine. It's
pretty good.
I mean, it wasn't that scary, so it didn't really accomplish its purpose.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Like
like
it?
I don't like horror movies.
I want a good horror movie, but none of them deliver.
I haven't seen a super scary
Have
horror
you
movie yet.
seen? It's not. I don't know if I'd call it The Circle, like the Netflix one, not the other one. I don't know how much horror I would call it,
I don't
but
know.
it's more unsettling.
The Circle? It's on Netflix.
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of unsettling, I listened to an episode and a half more of the Black Tapes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That
it
is
got
my-
way better.
It is amazing, and it only gets better.
Good, because I liked it. I was listening to it while I was mowing the lawn, and I was like,
have you gotten to the part? What happens in it?
episode 2 was a continuation of episode 1, and then episode 3, I only listened to half of it, but it was the unsound.
Oh yeah, the music stuff.
Yeah,
Really? They did that early?
episode 3,
that
episode
is-
103.
That is literally. Never mind. I won't spoil it.
Oh, it
that
comes
is a
back.
that is a big thing. I'll just say that.
Sweet. This is gonna be
Okay,
great.
everything in season 1, they just go and explore a whole bunch of weird ghost stuff just in different parts of the world. It all ties together somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how they did it, but they do it. It's great. Everyone listen to the Black Tapes. It's my second favorite podcast. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. An American Werewolf in London.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that sounds great.
Have you seen it?
I've seen parts of it.
The
Oh my
second
gosh.
best horror comedy and the second best ending of all time.
Indeed. So, when you are older, you should watch it. And if you get VidAngel, you should turn that on, and it'll skip the inappropriate scenes.
Nice.
Other than that, it's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
A naked American man stole my balloons.
Oh, that part's great. This has so many great lines. Like, that one's probably the best one. Another one was, I'll not be threatened by a talking meatloaf. And, what are some... I love when you start erupting laughing when he comes out of the theater as the werewolf and, like, everything crashes.
Oh my gosh, that ending is phenomenal. Blue Moon. That movie's good. Preston, did you watch any movies lately?
I did go to see Cars 3.
What'd you think?
First of all, the short film before the movie, probably one of my new favorite Pixar shorts.
Okay, I better watch it.
It was that good. For the actual movie, it was good. I don't know if it's definitely better than Cars 2. Like way
Well, I
better.
mean, that's like saying this movie's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. So.
Yeah, but you know how you said like this Spider-Man movie felt more like a sequel to Iron Man than the Iron Mans?
Yeah?
Cars 3 is the same thing with Cars. Because Cars 2 looks so unnecessary compared to Cars 3.
Dude, Iron Man 2 is so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I commented on Jude's thing because he edits movies together. I was like, you should edit in parts of Iron Man 2 into Spider-Man Homecoming so that you can make Iron Man 2 even more unnecessary than it is. Okay, continue.
I wish I had my phone with me. I don't know what I'd do with it, so I could bring up my Letterboxd
I can
review.
go to your letterbox.
Okay, thanks.
Michaela, have you seen anything in the past month?
In the past month?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a new movie. It was from last year, but I watched Captain Fantastic.
Oh, I want to see that. Is
I
it
haven't
good?
actually heard of it. I'm going to add it to my watch list.
Super good.
Okay, Captain Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. I like the new characters. They were really good. Except for the villain. I don't like him.
In Cars 3.
Yes.
I still have no. I'm not gonna see Cars.
I'm
3.
not
I
gonna
just-
see
I
it.
don't give a crap at all.
I saw the first one, didn't see the second, didn't see Planes or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, Planes.
You are smart.
Planes was. Oh, I forgot
See,
about that.
Planes was just mediocre.
See, that's what I was
Didn't they
thinking
make
Cars
like
2
a
was.
Chinese ripoff of it with whatever
Probably.
Seth Rogen or something? Or
What?
whoever like there's some guy. Was it? It wasn't Paul Rudd, was it?
I have no
Some
idea.
famous actor
I
was like a
hope not.
robot in like a Chinese knockoff of Planes.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
really funny.
Jeez.
It was in the I Hate Everything review. He did the Not Disney collection. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because there's. Did you ever watch that, Caleb?
What's up?
Oh, probably.
Oh! So, I Hate Everything did this big long review of the Not Disney collection because they're the movies that are marketed by like not third world countries, but like countries that make ripoffs, and they make it like so it looks really similar, and then Amazon has to go out of their way to name the thing on like the actual thing that you click on. It says Not Disney in parentheses. So it lets
Wow.
parents know, like 80% of them it just says Not Disney. So he called the video the Not Disney collection. So
Like Little
there's
Panda Fighter. And
yeah, Little Panda Fighter. There was
The Incredible Bulk.
there's What's Up, which is a thing of Up. I don't know if Kiara the Brave was in there. That should have been
The best
oh my
Pixar
gosh.
movie, IMO.
Brave?
No, Up.
No,
Oh, okay. Man, Up. I hear it's good. I watched
you've
it.
never seen
I've
it?
seen
What?
it. I don't
Okay.
remember it.
Ah.
I don't remember
It's so
it.
good.
If you love Inside Out, then you'll love Up because it's the same director.
Oh,
Sweet.
nice.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That was too good.
Anyway, what? And there was that Chinese knockoff of Plane.
Wow.
So that was amazing. That was What Movie Has Can Watch. We watched the Chinese knockoff of Planes.
After we watched American Werewolf in London, it was like really late, and then we decided to watch The Raid,
We did.
which was one of the best action movies I've ever seen,
It's pretty great.
if not the best.
Logan is pretty good though, because he's just stabbing people.
No, but when I want to watch an action movie, I just want action. I don't really care about
This, I have to say, this is great for if you just want action, and also a good movie.
Yeah, it gives you just enough story to care about the characters, and then it's all action. Then I watched The Raid 2 because Ken was like, I don't know if I want to watch it. So then that was great. 2 of the best action scenes ever. Just watch those on YouTube. And then I watched Train to Busan, which was the new zombie Netflix movie. And I ranked all the zombie movies I've seen. I've seen like not very many. I've seen 6 zombie movies. This is the second best zombie movie I've seen. So if you want a zombie movie, it's on Netflix. It's really good. And then me and Ken watched 28 Days Later.
Which was good. I liked how they tied it into Doctor Who. Basically, the Ninth Doctor is one of the main characters at the end. So that's a thing. It's a lot of BBC characters, I feel like.
Yeah,
And
it's a very British movie.
it's British. That was
That
terrible.
was good. Then me and Ken watched Time Crimes, which is the best time travel movie I've ever seen.
Probably.
Back to the Future is overrated. I just offended everyone.
Nah, that's cool. It's your opinion.
And
It's
your
a wrong
opinion.
opinion,
Yeah, but you're wrong.
All right. tell
Okay,
me why
here's
Back to
what
the
you
Future's
do.
Amazing.
Here's what you do when somebody says something you disagree with. You say, "It's fine, it's cool, but you're wrong, but it's cool, but it's fine." How many times did he does that? I need a reference for that episode so I can send it to people.
That's the greatest podcast episode ever. Anyway, what? Anything else you guys watched?
Oh, I watched Silence, Martin Scorsese's film.
Oh,
from
I saw
last
that
year.
in theaters.
See, I didn't see it in theaters. I just watched it on a plane ride.
Was
Uh-huh.
that the one with the blind guy?
No,
Oh, okay, never mind.
that's
Don't Breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't-
Yeah.
That was a
Anyway, what'd
good
you think of
movie.
Silence?
I thought it was really good. It was, if you don't want to sit down for a long, very depressing movie, don't watch it. But if you're down for that kind of thing, it's very good.
Yeah, there's a lot of walking around and missionaries doing stuff.
It's not like super action packed, but
One
was-
guy does get decapitated, but
that's true.
that's like the only action.
Especially
thing.
since everyone hated Martin Scorsese's last like Christian film he made, or like the Temptations of Jesus or whatever.
I haven't seen it.
Well, everyone hated it, and he got like a lot of lashback. So then this one was a lot better.
Yeah, he's wanted to make this movie for 30 years. It was a passion project, and it's really good. It's funny because Clayton was like, the movie he made before this movie is one of the most vulgar movies ever made. Like, it has one of the most amount of F words, and it's like apparently extremely vulgar. And then he makes this Christian movie right after it. It's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really good. I highly recommend it. It's
Okay,
on
so-
my best of the Christian movies list.
nice.
There
Is
you go.
God's Not Dead 2 on there?
No.
Aw. Your opinion's invalid.
The best Christian movie.
What did I...
How did you get here?
I drove my Prius. Have you seen Guys Like That too?
I have not.
Oh man.
Is it that bad that it's, good?
yes.
It's horrible. Yeah, Silence, I put it at number 3. Tree of Life is still better. If you haven't seen Tree of Life, your life is not complete.
My life is not a tree.
Everyone go see that movie.
Okay, I'm borrowing it from you now.
We gotta watch it together, Kenan.
Okay, fine.
That's another movie where it's like, we could talk about it, but it's like, this movie is good, but I don't really have anything to say.
Next segment.
That was
Dude.
No Country for Old Men.
Dude, my dad lost it because I showed him the Missouri Trippin' episode. He lost it when you were like, also this movie is a metaphor, and I go, next segment. just metaphor. Next segment. It just cuts off, and he liked that. Any other movies you guys have seen?
Yes.
I just don't remember them all.
Have you seen
Yeah, I
any,
can't remember
any
either.
Kenan?
Yeah, I saw The Last of the Mohicans.
I want to go last in this segment because
Okay.
you know what I watched. So if you have anything else.
Oh,
you know.
yes. Last of the Mohicans. I probably rated it higher than I think. It's good. It's a good epic. It's fine.
Who
It's pretty
directed
neat.
that?
Martin Scorsese? No. Michael Mann. It's pretty good. I might recommend it, but my entire review is just a quote from Nature Walk. Then I rewatched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Nice.
That's a
Yeah, it might be 16 out of 16.
It's most definitely 16 out of 16.
Oh, by the way, Michaela, welcome to our podcast where our rating system
Oh,
is
we
out of
forgot
16.
to rate Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
What are we doing? 4 people totally forgot to rate Spider-Man. Wait,
Okay.
let's finish this segment first.
Okay, we'll
but-
finish this segment and then our rating is going to be at the end. Okay, Scott Pilgrim, it only gets better. Go watch Scott Pilgrim, it's great.
Okay, I
Solid.
watched. Wait,
Hold on, wait for it.
The African Queen, which is AFI's like 60th best movie. It was good, whatever. And then I watched Baby Driver again, which was really good. My parents really liked it. And then I watched the greatest trilogy of all time,
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Oh.
Okay, I remember I saw the first 2 movies at the midnight opening.
Wow.
So
Dude, this was okay.
I was 12, 13, and 14 when these movies came
Can I
out.
interrupt you quick?
They come out that long ago?
2012, 13, and 14.
Can I
Holy cow.
interrupt
Yeah,
you?
it's been that long.
Yeah.
It was a huge thing for my family, that I think we saw the first one. I went and saw with my dad the first one in theaters, but then I didn't get my schoolwork done like the December that the second one came out, so my parents went to the theater without me.
Wow, that's sad.
So I had to stay at home and do my own schoolwork, and that was a sad memory.
I hate having to do my own schoolwork.
Yeah, I couldn't hire somebody else like Pensters, because that's a website. We'll write your essay for you. It's illegal, but we don't mention that on our website.
Yep.
That's funny. So the first one, it's just an okay to bad movie. I gave it 2.5 stars. It's just boring. What did I say in my review? Oh, the slow-mo no from the third prequel in Star Wars. They say that 4 times in this amazing movie.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
The protagonist and antagonist in this movie, at least, do nothing whatsoever. Bilbo doesn't do a single thing in this movie. The main orc doesn't do a single thing in this movie. All they do is the orc just tells people what to do and just stands there the whole movie.
Nice.
And Bilbo just is along for the ride.
Nice.
The Smoky Mountain song is the best part of this movie because that song is incredible. Everything else, and there's a lot of parts where they find a cave. There's 3 parts where they find a cave for some reason. It's a really stupid movie. It's super shiny and blue and orange. Like everyone's faces is like a glowing crystal, and then half their face is blue and half their face is orange. I don't know what this color palette is, but it's very, very shiny.
Huh.
Also, have you guys seen Lady in the Water?
Did you rewatch that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
That is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. Anyway, that ending is the same exact ending as this movie. So
Wow.
basically, the ending of this movie is eagles come and save them. In the ending of Lady in the Water, spoilers for the greatest movie of all time, this big eagle comes and takes the person away for some reason. And then we watched the extended cut, which is 3 hours and 3 minutes long.
Oh man.
So-
So you wasted probably like 9 hours of your life.
Minimum.
8 hours, 8 hours and 48 minutes.
Dang.
Congratulations.
Then I watched the second one, which is the worst of the trilogy because it is 3 hours and 6 minutes long, and it's okay. I'm gonna read the first part of my review because it's pretty funny. You know your sequel to the prequel is good when it starts with a prequel for the prequel that explains everything that happened in the prequel for the sequel's prequel, but you just watch that before you watch the prequel sequel.
Huh.
Basically what I said was, this movie starts with a prequel to the first prequel movie that explains everything so that if you go into this movie not seeing that other movie, you'll know what's going on. But you just watch that, so what's the point? You just wasted 10 minutes of my life movie. Also, there's a flashback within a flashback in this movie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It's like in Shrek when there's the dream within the dream. He wakes up.
Is that in the third one?
Second one.
Second one, right.
The because we have the Shrek movies memorized at this point. What was I gonna say? I forgot at this point.
I fell asleep during this movie too. Like in the middle half an hour, I fell asleep. So I didn't I probably only wasted 8 hours of my life.
Oh yeah. Oh, another thing about the Spider-Man movie, because of what you just mentioned, that it had like the prequel explaining everything. Another reason why Spider-Man: Homecoming is so great because it doesn't treat you like an idiot.
Yeah. Every line in these movies is like, you're gonna reclaim your homeland and slay a dragon. It's all trailer lines. Every single line is like some epic thing that some character has to say that they can put in all 4 trailers.
It's so true.
Which I didn't notice the first time, but then I just realized that they're trailers for themselves. Splitting it into 3 parts was the worst decision any exec ever made. And then I watched the third one because I hate myself. At the end, the one guy dies, the main dwarf, and then
Oh no.
Bilbo's like,
Spoiler alert.
he was my friend, I loved him. But they hadn't spent any time in this 8 hours we've just spent with them. I don't even know any of the dwarves' names.
The dwarf lady, or no, the elven lady that fell in
that
love with
so
him.
subplot
bad.
is the worst.
There's
thing I've ever
this
seen.
slide that Aaron said he was just laughing in the theater when he saw it.
Or is it the down my trousers one?
No, he was like, the elven lady was crying over the dead dwarf, and she's like, why does it hurt so bad? And the main elf guy was like, because it was true love.
Oh my gosh.
That's the greatest line in cinema history. Forget about Whiplash or 12 Angry Men or anything like that.
Yeah, I said in my review, have you guys seen Walking Dead Season 7?
No.
No, I haven't
Good.
seen any of the
Walking Dead Season 7 is garbage. It's dragged out, dumb, and unnecessary. That's what these movies are. Also, the third one's rated R because animated trolls die.
The third one's rated R?
Yeah, the extended edition is.
Are you serious?
Yes. So,
why?
I was watching, there's this whole scene that they took out of the movie that just is the stupid. Also, there's not 5 armies in this. It says the Battle of 5 Armies. There's 5 to 8 armies depending on how you count. They didn't. I remember in the original cartoon that I watched a long time ago. They look at a map and they're like, oh, here's this army. They name all the armies. This one, they never have that, and there's just a whole bunch of people fighting, and you don't care. The thing is, they don't put any of the characters that you care about fighting. So it's just people fighting for the sake of fighting for no reason. And
My favorite.
the parts, it's so funny because this scene, they probably just made it for the extended scene because it means nothing, and all these trolls get their heads taken off basically.
My favorite.
So that's why it's rated R, I guess.
So
1.5 stars.
So you want to get into what you have on the table here?
Oh yeah.
man.
Okay, when we went to see The Desolation of Smog, which I loved after I saw it when I was 12 or 13, however old I was, I got this poster for free. Everyone did. They were
Can I use your phone because I might run out of memory?
Oh my gosh!
I want to film this.
All your stuff is
Filmé.
gonna blow up.
This is gonna be
No.
the most important filmé, besides Ye.
Okay. So here it is. And here are my shredding aids. No! Getting that good shredding ASMR.
You just had the greatest reveal falling into frame right there. That was great. Nice.
The Hobbit is shredding. I'm destroying everyone's ears. Okay, I did it.
The end.
I'll never see those movies ever again.
We'll put those
Yeah.
in. We'll put that in the middle of the YouTube podcast.
I hope that edits. Yeah, I think it's edited in.
Oh yeah, so we forgot to rate Spider-Man for some reason.
Yeah. So here's our rating for Spider-Man.
So we
Wait,
rated.
do we want to cut it in? No, we've already
Just
reacted, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we'll put like a time
Explain
code
our
in the
rating
bottom.
system.
Okay, so for those who have no idea what this rating system is, Napoleon Dynamite is unarguably a perfect movie,
Yep.
which means we have to compare every single movie we watch to how good it is compared to Napoleon Dynamite.
Yep.
Which means, okay, there are 16 letters in Napoleon Dynamite, which means that our rating system is out of 16. So every movie that we rate is on a scale of 16, which gives us more ratings than out of 10.
Yes. So it's explain what the different brackets are in the rating system.
Okay, there's 4 brackets. 1 to 4 is hated. 5 to 8 is disliked. 9 to 12 is liked. And 13 to 16 is loved. So you can have like a low loved at 13 or a really high liked at 12.
So should we start with our guests?
Yes.
Ladies first, Michaela. Out of
Me
6.
first?
You
What?
pointed at me.
All right, if you don't want to start, Preston.
Preston.
Okay. I would
Go
say
after you.
either a 13 or a 14. Maybe.
You gotta definitively pick one.
Yeah, no 0.5s. We're not
Oh
starting
no,
0.5s.
that's what I was gonna do. I didn't know
Don't
if
you
I
dare
could.
do
We have
0.5.
16 whole ratings.
Yeah, you have 16 numbers. Just choose one. You have 4 numbers to express how much you love this movie.
What?
You
Oh.
have 4 numbers from 13 to 16. So
I'll give it a 14. I don't know, because I've never ranked anything from 1 to 16 before. But no, I'll give it a... So I don't know what else I'd rank anything else, but I'll give it a 14.
Caleb,
Wait,
or
what
me?
did you give it, Preston?
I guess 14 as well.
14. All right, Ken.
I was gonna give it 14 as well, but I want to be original.
There's
13 and a half.
If you
14
kill
and
me,
What did
3/4.
I give No Country?
You gave No Country 13.
if you kill me, you'll be like everyone else. What's wrong
This-
with that?
All right, while Ken's thinking, I'm gonna give it 13 out of 16.
You gave it 13. Okay. I think I was on the verge of giving it 12 last night, either 12 or 13, but the more I think about this movie, the better it gets, so I'm going to give it also 14 out of 16.
Nice.
I'm the only original person here. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I
It's
said mine
cool.
first. So.
Everyone's copying Michaela. All right.
Yeah, because Baby Driver is 15 out of 16, if not 16 out of 16, which means that this movie is close to Baby Driver, but still not as good. So go see Baby Driver.
Rated PG.
Um,
Just kidding.
So, you guys want to talk about the zombie movie before Aaron gets here in like 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, do we want Aaron to just show up and be on the podcast for like 5
Surprise
minutes?
guest. We'll have 5 people.
Sure, he'll be like, why is this stuff on the ground?
Why is my favorite movie?
We
doing
can
that?
Well, okay, so Dunkirk. You guys want to see Dunkirk? That comes out. We're gonna see it the 20th.
Sure.
We'll have to,
Depends.
Ken has to figure out his DMAX schedule if we're gonna see it
Oh,
at 7 or at
shoot.
10.
Wait, what's it gonna be rated?
It's PG-13.
All right, nice.
I gotta see a war movie like I think this movie is basically Saving Private Ryan, so I should probably see that because I haven't seen that yet.
So we should add that to the list.
Wait, you haven't seen Saving Private Ryan?
I know I haven't seen Saving
What?
Private Ryan. I don't know what's wrong with me.
We literally watched it in school.
Okay, have you seen the meme going around of like movies, but whatever fight sequence it is, but like with the Guardians of the Galaxy
You
Volume
sent
2
me the
opening?
Shrek one.
Dude, they're so funny. I love this The first one I found was Star Wars Episode 3, the final battle with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh, no.
He's like, "You will try," but then as soon as Mr. Blue Sky comes on, all tension's destroyed, which makes it great. So it's like only a Sith deals in absolutes. I'll do what I must, and he's like, "You will try." And then he jumps and goes, "Bum bum bum bum." Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud inside.
gosh. All right.
It's great.
Aaron just texted me. He said his presence has arrived.
Oh my gosh! Have
So
him come
should I-
down.
Presents?
Aaron's so should I go get him?
Yes, bring him down to
I'll
this
make-
amazing podcast.
I'm making room on the couch for him.
Okay.
This is gonna be great.
The sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining. Everybody's something, something, and it is the day we waited for. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why. Wait, hold on.
Are you gonna play it?
We're getting pulled for copyright.
Yeah.
You will try. Freeze frame. Oh, this should be the intro, just like freeze frame on whatever. Him ripping up the poster at the end.
That'd be too good.
Please don't sue us, Disney.
Oh, it's not just...
So
Oh my gosh.
like the rest of the crew's here.
Oh.
So some of the crew's here.
Oh, sweet.
What are we gonna do? I know the people can't hear me because I'm not on a mic. Whatever shall we do? Maybe we should just end it right now.
How about Michaela gives a 2-minute spiel on what this movie is and why you should go see it when it comes out?
Z Triangle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The amazing movie that
All
we're
right.
both in.
Z Triangle is a movie about zombies, and it's this group of friends. They're trying to go to Miami, but then they end up crashing their plane.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. I don't think that's the plot of the movie or anything, but it's fine. Spoilers.
This probably happens pretty early in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they end up in a place not Miami where there are a bunch of zombies, and then they're trying to not die.
That is a great plot summary. So basically, me and Caleb are trying to watch more zombie movies so we can kind of get the hype up for this movie too. Because I had not, up till Shaun of the Dead, I had not seen many zombie movies before.
Shaun
I was
of the
like,
Dead.
Any zombie movies?
Yeah, I was like, all zombie movies are pretty dumb, even though I've only seen one.
But that one was really bad.
Shaun of the Dead's great.
No, Shaun of the Dead
Yeah.
is good, but
So we're gonna see Dunkirk. Sorry to interrupt everyone. We're gonna see Dunkirk. We might see a movie before that. Who knows?
Thanks for listening to What Movie Should Kenan Watch. This has been the amazing Spider-Man Homecoming episode with guests Michaela and I Exist and Draw.
Yes.
So thank you for
Probably
listening.
forgot something, but you know what? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll edit
Don't
it
forget
in.
Caleb's mom.
Oh yeah, Caleb's mom made a cameo. Anyway, thanks for listening,
You should
guys.
cut that out so that makes no sense.
Okay. Anyway, goodbye, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
bye.
Thanks for coming to the movie with us too, because everybody who's listening is actually the people who went to the movie with us. So,
Yeah.
thanks again. Real
Right.
bye now.
Bye.